Well, yesterday about 4 o'clock we had a fire start in Oak Creek Canyon just above Slide Rock State Park, and it's actually named the Slide Fire. I'd estimate the acres to be about 450. That's very preliminary. When you think about it, the fire, it's less than 24 hours since the fire started. The fire has been working its way north, but at this point there's been no structures lost. And one of the things that I've kind of noticed just out here is that you see all this equipment come in, it's almost like a rainbow of colors. So we're getting support from all these other agencies that are coming in and are helping today.
Has the fire breached the edge of the rim?
The fire has reached to the top, at least in what I call just north of Slide Rock, where it's clearly visible. It may have breached farther up, but just with the smoke it's a little hard to tell. So clearly it's gotten to the top and it's worked its way forward a little bit. One of the concerns we have is what we're feeling right now, which is that wind coming up. And that's going to kind of draw some of what that fire is going to want to do is going to be weather dictated.
You can hear the wind in the microphone.
Yes, and so that's an example. And yesterday when I was up there, very windy, and it blew up very quick. And this is the challenge that we have, is when we have these windy days. Fortunately, at least we don't have a super hot day, so we don't have the combination of three that makes me nervous, which is high winds, temperatures in triple digits, and low humidity. We've got the winds, we've got the low humidity. Hopefully, it won't get too hot.
Is the fire in danger of crossing Highway 89A to the east?
That's one of the goals for the crews today, is to do their best to see that the fire stays on the west side. Currently the fire is on the west side of 89A. Their goal is to keep it there. Any idea on the containment of the fire at this time? Right now it's just too early to determine. Like I said, it hasn't been 48 hours. We have more equipment coming in. There is a Type 1 team, incident team. They will be taking over approximately this evening. They're scheduled to do to have their transition with the existing team. And what that really means is they sit down face to face, just like you and I, and they have that conversation of, here's what's happened, here's the steps we've taken, here's the equipment that's coming, so that they get a picture of what is happening. And they will be, the incident command post will be up at Fort Toothill, because the fire has the potential to go that way. I can feel the breeze picking up right now.
Yeah.
So
no loss of life, no loss of structures, and still working on containment.
Correct. And then last but not least, anything north of Slide Rock State Park has been evacuated, and we'll just have to kind of wait and see how the fire wants to work, and then we'll see how it works. The road itself up here, up to that point, is open at the checkpoint. It's designed for people who have business in the canyon, residents, or are delivering something. So, with that. But there is another checkpoint up at Slide Rock State Park, and the public will not be able to proceed there. And at the other end, it's the same way on the top side.
Right now we're at the Slide Rock State Park, and we have rough incident command posts here set up, kind of the initial setup before we transition to a Type 1 incident management team.
I am seeing a lot of vehicles with personnel coming from lots of different areas. Can you tell us where all these firefighters are coming from?
All these firefighters are coming from all over the region. Every state around here, we all work together to make sure that we can keep this thing under control and protect the community here in Oak Creek.
Speaking of control, is the fire anywhere near under control now?
Not at this time, no. Obviously you can see we have multiple aircrafts overhead, and we are continuing to bring in resources so that we can work at this firefight.
Any idea when there might be some positive word on containment?
That's a long ways out. Right now, what we can say is that the weather hopefully will change in the next few days, kind of what the forecast is saying, and we can get on the other side of things. But right now, like I said, we have a Type 1 incident management team coming in, and which will bring a lot more resources so that we can put more boots on the ground and get to work on this thing.
Any idea how many people you have on the ground right now?
Right now we're estimated on duty right now at this point in time approximately 200 personnel out there fighting fire up in the canyon, working as hard as they can to protect homes and businesses, the campsites, and anything else of this community that we can protect and slow this thing down.